Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do some new launches, some new discoveries in skincare. I have a ton of new skincare right in front of me that I cannot wait to share with you. This is going to be kind of a first impressions plus because I've been using this stuff for maybe about 10 days, most of it. So it's relatively first impressions, but long enough for me to tell you the things that are hits and that are misses. And so if there are things that you have noticed on the shelves at your local drugstore, maybe it'll give you a little bit of insight into them, whether or not they're worth spending your money on them. If you are new here, my name is Penny. I'm a master esthetician in Portland, Oregon. I'm really excited that you're here. These are really fun videos to make, you guys, because I love discovering new skincare. Lots of times what happens is I try this amount of stuff and 2 or 3 things actually make the cut. So it's kind of fun to share that with you. I do hope that you will subscribe before you go. I also hope you'll follow me over on Instagram, and I hope you'll consider joining my private Facebook group. I'm going to put the links to all of that in the description box, but do come join me on all of those wonderful places on the internet. Okay. Let's get into it. We're going to start with a line that is at Target. It's called Ferver. Now, this is entirely based on fermentation. So everything in the line has some element of fermentation. I picked up 6 of the items, and the other things that I didn't pick up, I will tell you why, and maybe that will help you if you're looking at these products as well. We're going to start from kind of what I would consider the beginning, and that would be the cleanser. We have the Fermented Black Tea Cleanser. Now, fermentation, just to give you a quick overview, is basically the process of introducing a bacteria or a yeast to break down a complex compound into something more simple. And what that will do for that said compound is it will make it more absorbable by your skin. It will be more penetrable, so it will be able to get into your skin a little bit better, and it will be more potent. Now, it also will provide a little bit more antioxidant protection, and it kind of just helps it be a lot more bioavailable. So fermentation is a really, really good thing in skincare. We've seen it a lot in things like black tea, essences, or SK2 is a fermented product, or, so we've seen it for a long time. It's not like it's new, but it's really, really prevalent in K-beauty, and it's kind of making its way here in more than just essences and serums. So this is their fermented black tea. Now, it's a cleansing milk, and I have to say, it's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is tiny. I feel like it's tiny. I feel like all of these things from Ferver, this was my very first impression, was they all were a lot smaller than I actually expected them to be based on the box. Now, granted, it's not like the bottle doesn't just fit in that box or anything like that, but for some reason, when I got the bottle of the cleansing milk out, even though I can read that it's 4 ounces, it just seemed really small to me. That said, when I started using it, it is absolutely gorgeous. I have normal to dry skin. It's a little bit dehydrated, and I can tell when I am lacking water in my skin, I get much more dull. I have hyperpigmentation that I'm constantly working on, and anytime that my skin is more dull, it makes my hyperpigmentation look worse. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. If you are somebody who's getting older, I'm 48, and you start to notice that you have a bunch of hyperpigmentation, and then you add into that a lack of water in your skin, and it kind of looks dull, there's this whole thing that happens, and your skin just it lacks vibrancy. I definitely felt like this cleanser helped with that. And that says a lot for a cleanser. So I'm impressed with this. I don't love that it's 4 ounces. I will show you something just so you get a little bit of scale. This is another one that I love. It's Dermalogica Special Cleansing Gel. I've used this one forever, but you can see, now obviously the Special Cleansing Gel is just bigger, that you get more ounces, but that to me is kind of more of a normal size of cleanser. My Vanna cream, for example, that's 8 ounces. You just get a lot more. This is 4 ounces. So what you need to know is when you pick these products up, they all are about $19. They're small. So you need to know that going in, because the boxes on the shelves don't really give you that feeling. And so when you get home, just know that that's the case. So anyway, this was fantastic. I love it as a second cleanse. I felt like it left my skin perfect. It got rid of all of the leftover of the first cleanse, the leftover makeup, everything that got loosened up, but it did not strip my skin, but it also didn't leave me with any greasy residue, anything like that. Just gorgeous. It's also great as a one and done. It's just beautiful. So the Fermented Black Tea Cleansing Milk was a hit for me from Ferver. I probably should have started with this one, you guys, but I didn't want to start on a negative note. This is the Ferver Fermented Chamomile Cleansing Balm. Now, this one was a miss for me, and I'll tell you the reason for that is I like a cleansing balm, then this is preference. So that you may prefer your cleansing balm this way. This reminds me of a hot cloth cleansing balm versus a cleansing balm like a jelly to, or an oil to milk, or just a straight up oil cleansing balm, or one of the cleansing balms that kind of gets real slippy and silky and just kind of dissolves all of your makeup. Those are the kind that I personally prefer. This one is very waxy and very heavy, and it doesn't move really well. When I put it on, I kept thinking, oh, my skin will warm it up and it'll move around more. It doesn't ever get like that. It's really very thick, and it did an okay job of loosening up, you know, the makeup and all that kind of stuff. I just really did not like the texture of this at all. Now, like I said, it probably is meant to be used like with a hot cloth. That's the only thing that, or a warm cloth to remove it. But I don't really want to have to do that with my first cleanse every time. I want to be able to splash it and, you know, turn it into a milk kind of thing, and then have it be perfectly ready for that second cleanse. So this was a miss for me. Next up, we're going to talk about one of my favorite things from the entire line, you guys, and that is the Fermented Enzyme Acid Radiance Mask. Pretty amazing, but there is a huge but. I bought the this mask, you know, I bought it all at the same time, obviously, and this is the box, right? This is the product. I'm sorry, but when I opened the box and I got this product out, I seriously was like, is this a mistake? Because it's such a tiny tube. It is, I think it's 1 ounce. It's 1 ounce, which obviously I can read on the package that it says 1 ounce. But this box, I hate to say it, but I feel like that's relatively deceiving. I do not think you should stick a tiny tube in a box like that. That visually implies that there's more product. Whether or not it says it's 1 ounce or not, I realize that that's on me to assess the ounces. I just feel like that's kind of deceptive. Whether or not they meant to be deceptive, that's how it felt. I feel like feedback for Ferver would be, you have an amazing product here. You should either change the box or you should make the tube bigger. I prefer the tube to be bigger because it's also $18, and the instructions say to take a thick layer of this onto clean, dry skin, which I have done a couple times, and it is glorious. You put it on and it does use those enzymes, but because it has that added fermentation, the idea is that you are getting kind of a boosted enzyme mask. And dang it, if I did not feel like I was aglow afterwards. Now it says you can feel some tingling, etc., and that's normal. I didn't feel much tingling. I mean, I remember at about 5 minutes, I thought maybe I felt a little tingling right here, but nothing really. And it dries down really interesting. You put it on, it's this thick jelly, or kind of thick jelly. You put it on as a thick mask, and it dries down and it feels like it tightens up your face. It does have magnesium aluminum silicate in it, and that will kind of do that to your skin. It kind of tightens it up, and it sort of almost dries to this matte. And then I removed it with a warm washcloth, and oh my gosh, the glow is real. Like, it really does exfoliate your skin in a super gentle way. It's gorgeous. It's just really small. It's really small. Like, I'm thinking I'm going to get like 5 uses out of this. I will let you know because I've done 2 so far. I'll report back and let you know exactly how many I got out of this, because at $19 at Target, you just expect a little more product out of it. This is so tiny. It's just so good. So this was a win, the Fermented Enzyme Acid Radiance Mask. As far as the product goes, it was kind of a fail as far as the size and certainly the packaging goes. So there you go. Next, we're going to talk about the Fermented Lactic Acid Exfoliating Tonic. So this is a toner, essentially, and it uses lactic acid, obviously. Lactic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid, and it is a large molecule that kind of sits on the surface of your skin and just exfoliates it in a really super gentle way. The thing about lactic acid is that it's also a humectant. So it's not only exfoliating gently, but it's hydrating. It's just one of my very favorite alpha hydroxy acids, forever. They've done a really great job with this. I actually used this right after the fermented enzyme mask. And I am talking what a 1-2 punch when it comes to glow. I was like, I actually felt like, wow, and I don't feel that way very often anymore, where your kind of socks are knocked off by something. This combo was pretty great. Again, though, it's relatively small, you guys. It's 4 ounces and it's $19. And you know, as things go, if you compare to high-end stuff, that's actually pretty reasonable. But when you're finding it on the shelves of Target, it's kind of funky how things are just drifting up in price, you know? Anyway, it's a beautiful product. I actually use it on I didn't use these on my reusable cotton rounds. I found that just didn't work very well. I didn't feel like I got enough onto my face. I felt like it all went into the cotton round, the reusable cotton round. So I went back and pulled out some of these little cotton squares that I get at Walgreens. I love these, you guys, because they have the little pocket so that you can put your fingers into the cotton square and then use it on your face. I just love these. I've loved these forever. That's what I've been using with this lactic acid toner, and it's beautiful. It's gentle enough that you could use it a few times a week. I've been using it every other day, and I really am enjoying what it's doing for my skin. I'm definitely noticing a glow and just a little bit of retexturizing. It's just helping with that. So that is their fermented lactic acid exfoliating tonic. They say that you're going to get 3 times more resurfacing because of the fermentation. So I kind of am buying into that, because I feel like I'm getting more of a resurfacing, action going on than I do with some of my other toners that have lactic acid. So that one was a win also. Okay, let's talk about the Fermented Peptide Restoring Night Cream. It has a bunch of really nice hydrating and moisturizing ingredients. It has some aloe. It has a lot of beautiful ingredients in here. 2 things. Again, it's tiny. It's tiny. It's not even 1 ounce, and it's $19. That's actually pretty expensive. The second thing is that it is extremely thick. So for me, this is 100% only for nighttime. There is no way that this could ever be worn during the day under sunscreen or under makeup or both. It would just be like, whoa, because it really doesn't even absorb into your skin at all. It's definitely kind of an occlusive moisturizer. It very much has a similar consistency to like the CeraVe moisturizer in the pot. It's heavy and occlusive. Now, if you have dry skin, you might like this, but the problem is it's very, very small. Now, fermented peptides, etc., that is great, going to help with your microbiome while you sleep, I suppose, which can help with so many other things. A balanced microbiome is everything. It can really, really help our skin to be, balanced and behaving best, and can affect everything else that goes on beyond our microbiome. I mean, it's really, really important. I just feel like this is too small for the money and too limited because it's so heavy. If I were going to recommend to you a peptide moisturizer that you could use morning and night, it would definitely be Drmtlgy. Drmtlgy makes their peptide night cream, and it is glorious. In fact, this one is my 3rd one that I have right now. These are empties because I'm getting ready to do an empties video. I've gone through more than that. I love this one. It's silky, it's lightweight, it's packed with peptides and other good ingredients. And this one, on the other hand, I mean, it is like lightweight gloriousness that does hydrate and moisturize your skin, but it actually feels like it gets a little bit into that top layer of skin instead of just sitting on top of it. The other thing that I like about the Drmtlgy peptide is that it is less expensive, which is really incredible. Now, the Drmtlgy is technically more money to buy it at one time, but per ounce, it winds up being cheaper than this. And I think that this is far more versatile. You can use it as your day and night moisturizer, and I feel like it's more cosmetically elegant and just as good as far as the ingredient deck. So that would kind of be my recommendation. I would say that the Ferver, unfortunately, is a miss for me. It's just a miss for me. Okay, Next, we're going to talk about the Fermented Prebiotic Glow. Now, this one, according to them, is going to give you more of a glow than vitamin C. I will not be giving up my vitamin C, just FYI. The reason why this one was really interesting to me is that prebiotics essentially are food for probiotics. And we're using so much probiotics in skincare, at least I am right now, that I love the idea of using those probiotics, but then giving them a meal so that they can do more work. Prebiotics help to balance the good and bad bacteria, and they help probiotics behave even better. They give them more of a shot at doing a good job because they're a food source for those probiotics. And again, it's all about balance when it comes to the microbiome. And the more and more I study the microbiome, it's pretty interesting how it can affect everything else. So I was very, very interested in this. Now, I've only used this, a handful of times, so I can't really speak to what it's done for me yet. I think this is promising. This is like nothing else I have in my skincare. And it is such a lightweight serum that when I put it on in the morning, I'm just using it in the morning, that it doesn't affect anything else that I'm doing. I feel like it just kind of disappears. It doesn't leave a residue. And I don't know, it's in my serum step and I'm testing it out. So I'll let you know how this one goes, but I'm hopeful. Okay. I didn't pick up anything else from Ferver. Now they have a vitamin C and they also have an eye cream. Both of those for me, especially the vitamin C, it's a vitamin C derivative, which I'm okay with, but it's in a cream or a lotion form and it's little. And I have another vitamin C that's in a lotion form that I would prefer over it. And so I did not pick that one up. And then I didn't pick up the eye cream because I'm going to use up my Chanel eye cream before I buy any more eye creams that don't have a retinoid in them. So that's why I didn't grab the Ferver eye cream either. Let me know if you've picked anything up from Ferver because it's definitely one of those lines that is very intriguing. I love the idea of fermentation. I completely buy in. I don't think it's a gimmick or anything like that. And I think that fermented ingredients definitely can be more potent, more absorbable, more bioavailable. I think that all of that is true. So I'm excited about this stuff very, very much. The other line that I picked up from Target is Bioma. Now, my Target only had 2 things. So unfortunately, I only have 2 things to share with you, but I do want to go through the other things in the line. It's a relatively limited line. I think it has like 6 things because there are other things that were massively on my list that I am going to get as soon as I can get my hands on them, and I will share those with you today. First was their Creamy Jelly Cleanser. Now, I want to say that the packaging is super cute and I appreciate that it comes in this beautiful opaque packaging with the pump. I did have to pump the pump about 300 times before the product came out. I gave up somewhere in the middle thinking that I got a defective bottle, and then I went back and I just kept pumping it forever and it finally started to work. So if you've picked this up, just know, and I think I actually opened it to check to see if there was an actual tube there because I was like, this isn't working. And it eventually started working. So FYI, in case that's something you've had a problem with. But I will tell you that the entire Bioma line seems to be about your skin barrier, protecting your barrier, boosting your barrier, and helping with that because they know, like we know now, that our barrier is so important. It is so important. It is this overlooked, kind of underrated aspect of our skin that is everything. If our barrier is intact, if we have enough water in our skin, we look better, our skin is behaving better. So many things are happening that should be happening, and we're just better. Our skin is better. So you're going to see more and more and more that brands are going to actually tout the fact that they are barrier protective, and they're going to promote things like ceramides and cholesterol, all of that kind of stuff, because those things help with our barrier. Okay. The usage of this, though, left me feeling slightly tight and dry, just slightly. Now, I am normal to dry and I have dehydrated skin, so it could just be me. I could see where if you're just normal skin or if you have combo skin or even oily skin, you may love this. It is truly just an unscented jelly cleanser, kind of slippy, and it's nice. It's very, very nice. It just left me ever so slightly tight. I don't like that feeling. I don't like feeling like I need to hurry up and put on essences and serums, etc., to make sure, rehydrate my skin. I'd much rather have something like this that I could literally wait 45 minutes and my skin just still feels balanced and normal. If you have less dry skin, you may really like this. Great option at the drugstore as far as a fragrance-free, ever so simple cleanser. So there's that one. The other thing that I was able to get from Bioma is their moisturizing rich cream. This says triceramide complex with bakuchiol and shea. So ceramides, again, they're part of our barrier. They hold things together in our barrier and help us to lock in water. So ceramides are great for our barrier function. And then bakuchiol is a vitamin A kind of alternative. It's not vitamin A, it's plant-based, but it kind of behaves like vitamin A in the skin. So it can help with some of those things that we get our retinoids for. So bakuchiol is a very, very interesting ingredient. And then this one has shea. Shea is just a wonderful moisturizing ingredient. I love it. I love to see it in a moisturizer. Now this also comes in a pump. The packaging is pretty cute. And it's pretty, it's not quite as heavy as the Ferver. In fact, I'd say it's kind of a mid-weight, but it is definitely rich. And once again, this would not be something that I would personally wear under makeup. I would definitely have to wear this only at night. But it's a really nice moisturizer for nighttime. And you do get, you get 1.69 ounces. So it's not like it's super tiny or anything like that. And the price point is actually pretty great. Now, I would definitely say that this isn't versatile because you can only use it at night. But if you are looking for a non-fragranced, simple, relatively moisturizing and semi-occlusive moisturizer that does have some really great ingredients in it, then this might be something to look at. I want to tell you now though, and I'll put it up on the screen, the things that I can't wait to get my hands on from Bioma, because you guys, there are some things here. Let's go through them really quickly, okay? Okay, first of all, I'm just going to click through here, you guys. This Bioma Balancing Face Mist, you guys. Whoo, this looks so good. First of all, you can get this stuff at Target and you can also get it at Cult Beauty. So I think that that's pretty cool. It's more widely available to more of you than just the things that are available at Target. So this mist, you guys, listen to these ingredients. We've got glycerin, which is great. Then we actually have some ceramides. We have cholesterol. We have phytosphingosine, which is a fat, and that is really fantastic too for our barrier. We have the lactobacillus ferment and bifida ferment filtrates. Those are going to help with your barrier function. Those are going to help with brightening your skin. Those are going to help with hydration. Really, really great ingredients. Also going to help with antioxidant protection. Then let's see, what else do we have in here, you guys? Betaine, that's a great ingredient. Allantoin is a great soothing ingredient. And then panthenol is vitamin B5. That is also a wonderful hydrating, soothing ingredient. And finally, we have some lactic acid, which in this case is there to be a humectant. So it's going to hydrate the skin. This mist looks awesome. I am kind of a sucker for mists, but at $16, and well, that's pounds probably, but it's in the $15 range. And that's actually the thing that I went to get and they didn't have it, unfortunately. So then let's look beyond the mist. The next thing that is very, very interesting to me, you guys, is the moisturizing gel cream. Now, the moisturizing gel cream is interesting because I've been really, really into gel creams. I just reordered my Hado Labo super plumping gel. I love it. I love those because typically they're super duper hydrating, they're lightweight, and they play really, really well under makeup. But the other reason why I'm liking gel creams so much right now is because I can use them as conductivity gels for my microcurrent. And I love that because when I travel, I can throw my zip into a bag. I have my moisturizer, but I also use that as my conductivity gel. And then I feel like when I'm doing a microcurrent treatment, the gel serves almost like a really amazing hydrating mask that when I'm done, my skin feels like not only did I get this microcurrent treatment, but I also got this amazing hydrating mask. That's just what I've been doing now for a little while. This one has so many great ingredients in it. Cannot wait to get my hands on it. It's got glycerin, and then it has, my gosh, you guys, niacinamide, it has ceramides, it has cholesterol. Those are the cholesterol and the ceramides. Those are part of your barrier there. They are integral. They're wonderful ingredients to see. It has that phytosphingosine, and that again is a fat. It has green tea. It has lactic acid. It's going to serve as a humectant in this one. It's a gorgeous formulation of a gel cream. So it's not just providing that hydration, it's also providing all of this nutrition. So this one is super duper interesting to me too. Well under $20, which I think is fantastic. Okay, the last thing that that Bioma has that I'm not going to pick up, but might be interesting for some of you out there, is their clarifying serum. It's essentially a niacinamide serum. So if you have a dedicated niacinamide serum, this is probably nothing that you would need, but it's basically water, glycerin, and then niacinamide. Niacinamide's vitamin B3, helpful for your barrier, helpful for your pores, helpful for regulating oil production. It's a pigment inhibitor. It's good for all kinds of things. That's the third thing on this list. So it's likely the kind of star of the show in this one. But this then also has polyhydroxy acids in it. So that's going to help with a little bit of really gentle exfoliation. Polyhydroxy acids were one of those things that I said you can find that in Mascara, which is like one of our favorites around here. But polyhydroxy acids are one of those things that I truly believe are going to be 2022, 2023, because they're super duper gentle way to exfoliate your skin without making you more sensitive to the sun. And they're just uber gentle. They're really, really gentle. So that is in this. And also ceramides again, cholesterol again, phytosphingosine again. So it's got all of these really great ingredients. It has zinc in there. Really beautiful ingredients. If you are combination or if you have breakouts, you might really like this serum. It's not quite right for me. It's not something that I need in my skincare routine, but if that applies to you, it might be something to look into, because again, the price point is incredible. It's well under $20 and it looks like a glorious serum for normal to combination and acne prone, oily skin, etc. You might really, really like this one. So that's Bioma, you guys. Next up is going to be Naturium. I picked up the body products from Naturium. Amazing. The only one that I've actually tried and my family has tried is the Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Wash. It's exactly what it says. It comes out like an oil, has a pump, and it emulsifies into kind of a mild, really, really velvety foam. It's beautiful, great for shaving. It's huge. You get 17 ounces essentially. I also did pick up the Perfector Salicylic Acid Body Wash. We haven't used this one yet. This one I'm really looking forward to using in the summer. I think it will be beautiful for when I'm shaving all the time and any kind of ingrown hair situations. This would be also really great if you have anybody in your family, etc., who has any kind of body acne. Salicylic acid, of course, is a beta hydroxy acid and is fantastic for helping to combat breakouts. Salicylic acid is also one of those acids that can still be efficacious even when you wash it off. So this could be a really, really good one if you have acne on your body anywhere. And honestly, at 17 ounces, I mean, I can't express to you how large these containers are. It's pretty awesome. So that's from Naturium. And then the last thing from Naturium, and this is new to me, this probably isn't new to any of you, but it's the Fermented Camellia Creamy Cleansing Oil. Again, fermented ingredients in here. This is what I've been using as my first cleanse, and I have been adoring it. Now, I've gotten back to first cleanses, to doing a double cleanse, because I started using a new mascara from Rare Beauty, and it's amazing. It is such a good mascara, but it is terrible to take off. I mean, it doesn't want to go anywhere all day. It's just like bulletproof. So I had to go back to doing a double cleanse. I was doing a single cleanse for a really long time. And this, it's just glorious. It loosens up all the makeup. It loosens up. I sit there and I just massage it into my eyelashes and it loosens them up. Doesn't leave me with like cloudiness on, my eyes. Sometimes the first cleanse can do that. Doesn't do any of that. And then when I do my second cleanse, everything feels so balanced and hydrated. It's really, really beautiful. It comes out like a jelly oil, and you put it on dry skin and you just work it in. I like to do a full facial massage with it on. Then I splash it a little bit and it kind of turns a little bit into a milk. And then I go on and I do a second cleanse, and literally it just leaves the perfect canvas. It is really, really beautiful. They knocked it out of the park with this one. The last two things, you guys, we have Versed. Versed came out with a retinol body lotion. awesome. It is encapsulated, and if you did not catch my retinol video from last week, you should watch it because encapsulated retinol is where it's at. You want it to be encapsulated in a lipid so that it can get in past our lipid barrier and actually go to work. Retinol, of course, is a vitamin A derivative, and it's going to help on your body do all of the things that retinol or retinoids do on our face. And that is encouraging collagen production, helping with texture, helping alleviate skin damage from the sun, helps to lighten up hyperpigmentation. That's what retinol can do in a body lotion for you. Now, I have loved forever a product. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it right now. I've recommended it a million times, but it is a lot more expensive. It was my favorite body lotion with retinol in it, and it is one I've used for years, and I am replacing it with the Versed because this is under $20 and I get the same amount of product as I did in the more expensive. I'm going to put it up on the screen because I can't think of what it is right now. It starts with an R. I can't think of it. Anyway, I've used that one for years. I could go through a couple of these for the price. And so I'm super duper excited. This is mid-weight. It's not thin. It's not thick. But it definitely rubs in, does not leave you sticky. So I like to wear this at night. I always use my retinol body products at night. And let me tell you, if you can, really try and get in the habit of using a retinol body product at night and wearing a moisturizing sunscreen on your body during the day. It will make a huge difference in the long run to, crepey skin and to the texture of your skin, to the luminosity of your body skin. And if you start now, since we are in February, you will get some results by the time summer rolls around, and you'll be really, really happy that you were treating the skin on your body. I promise you. And on that note, I actually shared on Instagram this last week that I went and I got Fractura, which is radio frequency microneedling on the back of my arms. If you're interested in seeing that, you guys, it's over on Instagram. I shared a video. I shared the whole process, and I'm going to be sharing updates on, whether or not it really helps with crepey skin, etc. Help firm up the back of my arms a little bit, the skin. So this is the other thing that I'm going to be doing, is continuing with my retinoids at night on my body skin, and at least getting some sunscreen moisturizer on during the day. So that is from Versed. Super excited about that one. Olay has a body wash that has retinol in it that I am itching to try as well. And, I'm not so sure how I feel about, vitamin A that you wash off, but it's definitely intriguing. So maybe when I get low on this, I will go pick that one up from Olay. If you've tried it, let me know in the comments. The last thing, you guys, is from Drmtlgy. This is their vitamin C5. So basically what it is it is a day lotion that has 5 different forms of vitamin C in it. This is the one thing out of everything that was sent to me, and I'm really appreciative because I hadn't noticed that this came out. It's really beautiful. Now, to me, it's not going to replace a dedicated vitamin C. It just isn't. I feel like a dedicated vitamin C is better. And, there are times when I can't use a dedicated vitamin C because I get irritated by that. So I might use this then, or I might actually use this as my daytime moisturizer in addition to a dedicated vitamin C, especially if I'm going to be outside, because it's just a lot more antioxidant protection. Now, this is a really lightweight, silky lotion. It's, of course, in a pump. Dermatology just knocks it out of the park with their packaging. But this one has tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate. It has sodium ascorbyl phosphate. It has ascorbyl glucoside. It has magnesium ascorbyl phosphate. And then it has one other vitamin C in there. It has peptides. It has ceramides. It really has that phytosphingosine in it. It's got lots and lots of fantastic ingredients. So this could definitely be a daytime moisturizer packed with good stuff, packed with antioxidants, ceramides, and peptides. I mean, it's pretty impressive what's in this one. So that is the Drmtlgy C5. And again, this would not replace dedicated vitamin C, in my opinion. This would just be maybe replace your daytime moisturizer if you were wanting to get more of a punch, more of an antioxidant moisturizer into the game. If you're really trying to lighten hyperpigmentation, if you spend a lot of time outside, this could be something that you could add into your morning routine to boost that protection. That's where I would fit this one in. Okay, you guys, I think that is everything. I have been trying out so much new stuff. I have a ton of new hair stuff that I've been testing out as well. Scalp scrubs and scalp oils. I've been testing out masks and all kinds of things for the microbiome of our scalp. That will be coming pretty soon as well. Let me know what you've tried out recently. Let me know what you have, if you have any hits, any misses. Have you tried any of the Ferver or the Bioma? Have you tried the new Naturium? I would love to hear. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.